Hey guys, what's up? This is Force from Force StarCraft 2 Strategy, your #1 location for step-by-step strategy and tutorial videos. Today we're going to be taking a look at how to stop a 6-pool as Protoss. Now, 6 pools are a very prevalent strategy. Zerg players use it. Entails just starting off with the 6 drones and getting your spawning pool. I actually do have a tutorial video up of how to perform the 6 pool. Now we're looking at a map, Steppes of War. This is a very dangerous map to encounter any sort of early game aggression because the rush distance is incredibly short. Don't quote me on this, but I do think this is the shortest rush distance in the game for 2-player maps. It's pretty ridiculous how quickly you can get your forces to your opponent's base. So because of that, a 6 pool becomes especially dangerous. Now with that in mind, when facing a Zerg opponent on this map, it's always a good idea to go ahead and scout them early. As you can see, our Protoss player here is scouting right after he drops his first pylon. So I went first pylon at 9. Then brought the scout out, because again, very small map, very short rush distance. If we were to face the 6 pool here, it would be very dangerous for us. So we're bringing in the scout. We're going to take a look at his vision to see exactly what he sees, just so you can know what to expect when moving in. As you can see, you move in, he's got a spawning pool and about 6 or 7 drones. That's telling you right there he's going for a 6 pool. He's going to be hitting me very early with some Zerglings. So the proper response then is to wall off on this particular map. In a lot of cases, what you can do with the larger maps is you can just make a small choke point and stick your zealot, 1 or 2 zealots right there, and that would stop any incoming Zerglings. The problem with this particular map is that, again, it's so small that they can have the Zerglings in before you can actually get your first zealot out, making it pretty much impossible. Now, it did block ourselves in here, but it's really not that huge of a deal, because again, what we're looking to do is get this choke. As you can see, the Zerg player here is knocking off that pylon because he knows that with this choke, the weakest point is going to be that pylon, so if he can take that out, he's going to be able to break into the base. So basically what you want to do is, upon seeing the 6 pool, you want to go ahead and get a wall off. We're looking at doing a 2 gateway wall off right here, and then trying to chrono boost out a zealot in time before these Zerglings can bust through. As you can see, we're only not even 3 minutes into game time, which is more like almost 2 minutes in real time, and we already have Zerglings knocking at our front door. So you want to start making your first zealot, go ahead and chrono boost it out. Try to set your rally point right outside so that the zealot can pop right out. Unfortunately, there was a little bit of issue there. The zealot did go on the wrong side. And as you can see here, because of that, these Zerglings are going to actually be able to take down this gateway. They took down that pylon, so we're in a very tough spot right here at the Protoss player, but all is not lost yet. We're finishing that wall off. We're going to continue building behind these buildings, so if they knock it down, we're still going to be okay. As you can see now, we do have a full wall. We've got these 2 zealots blocking off these 2 pylons in this forge. Now, the Zerg player is going to be moving in to try to take out this forge now, instead of engaging those zealots, and that's a very smart move. Now, what you can do as a Protoss player is pull out and try to kill those Zerglings, but you're going to have to wait until you have more zealots to finish this wall off, because if you pull them out too early, the other Zerglings are just going to run into your base and start doing damage. So now that we have 3 zealots, we can finally pull down to engage these Zerglings. We're going to have to do it quick because they are about to knock down this forge. Very, very close. But yeah, we are able to stop this. We are able to, again, we finished that wall off by building more buildings behind the ones that we lost. And yeah, there we go, having to do it once more. And this just goes to show you how dangerous the 6 pool rush can be on maps such as this. With such a small rush distance, it can be very, very hard to stop. But as long as you just keep your cool, keep coming out with those zealots, try to make sure you always have the choke point covered, if you don't have a full wall off even. And you should be able to stop it no problem. At some point, the Zerg player is going to realize, okay, yeah, right at this point, the Zerg player realizes, I'm not busting through that right now. He's got 4 zealots at the front wall. Now, at this point, you want to go ahead and chrono boost a bunch of zealots and then go ahead and hit your opponent, because they're going to be very weak. They're going to have very low economy. They should have very little in their base at this point. So you should do pretty well against them if you just knock out some zealots really quickly, hit them hard, and hit them fast. Again, you haven't had your economy disturbed at all because you did manage to wall that in and stop the Zerglings from getting in your base, so you should be all set for the most part. Moving in with these 4 zealots, can see what damage we can do. Again, they do have very little. They are building a spine crawler, which is very smart at this point in the game. That's the only thing that's really going to help defend them. We do have a queen out, which is going to do a little bit of damage picking at these zealots. So you just want to make sure that you're able to get in here and do as much damage as possible. Try not to get surrounded. Try not to let the units get behind you at all. because that's when you're going to be the weakest there. As you can see, pulling some units behind to kill off these zealots. And so yeah, you just want to make sure you try not to get into that position, basically. It's kind of tough to do, obviously, because there aren't always walls for you to put your back against, especially with the spine crawler here. That made that difficult, but we've still been making our zealots this entire time, even while that engagement was going on. You know, you always want to make sure you stay on top of your macro. And once we get another sizable force of zealots, I mean, we were just in his base, we saw what he had, which was absolutely nothing. One spine crawler, spawning pool, a couple of drones, and a queen. Once we get about, I don't know, 8 or 10 zealots and we move in, that's pretty much going to be the end of the game. He's not going to have enough at that point to stop, and that's exactly what we're doing here. And getting ready for a transition just in case it's necessary. We stopped the 6 pool and we feel like we're probably going to be able to kill them right now, but that doesn't mean that we shouldn't prepare for the possibility of them not dying. So we're going to start getting some gas at this point, and probably going to be looking to get a cybernetics core after this so we can tech up if necessary. But this is probably going to be the end of the player here. Again, they sacrifice their economy so much by going for that hard 6 pool that there really is little they can do to recover, even if they play wisely. We're trying to get a roach warren here, and if that got up and he did get some roaches out, then that would be very difficult for the Protoss player. But just trying to knock off this spawning pool. Our player's going to be moving up his units, but it's not going to be enough. These zealots are so strong early game, and that's pretty much going to be the end of the game right here. Going to be taking out that spine crawler, going to be taking out that queen, and then probably going straight for the hatchery after that point. So yeah, just again a quick overview as to what to do. On such a small map like this, it's always good to scout your Zerg opponent early. If you do see them going for that 6 pool, what you're going to want to do is block off, because you're not going to be able to get out a zealot in time before they get their 6 Zerglings, so you won't be able to create that zealot pinch choke that a lot of players like to do. Just because it's so small, you won't have time to do it. So you just want to wall off and then set your rally point for your zealots outside of your base. That way, when they finish building, they pop outside and they can attack those Zerglings. If they do manage to kill some buildings, just keep building behind it, keep creating that wall, keep those zealots coming, and then just push hard against them, and that should be it. So again, guys, this has been for StarCraft 2 Strategy, your #1 location for step-by-step strategy and tutorial videos. Please keep watching my videos and keep owning, guys. Take care.